Bonjour à toutes et tous, bienvenue à l'AWS Summit de Paris. Mon nom est Mai-Lan Tomsen Bukovec. Moi, je suis vice-président de AWS Technology et moi, je dirige Amazon S3 Glacier, Kinesis Streaming, CloudWatch Monitoring, ainsi que d'autres services fondamentaux d'AWS. Je suis honorée d'être ici avec vous aujourd'hui. Maintenant, je dois dire en français que je vais repasser l'anglais bientôt. J'avais trop de fautes de grammaire pour parler d'innovation chez AWS en français. Donc, je parle un peu français parce que j'ai des membres de ma famille ici en France. Une partie de ma famille vietnamienne s'est installée en Normandie il y a presque 100 ans. Donc, après tant de visites, j'adore le camembert bien fait et les vaches de Normandie. Merci. Vous êtes trop gentils, vraiment. Let me start by thanking Julian for inviting me to join you today. There is so much energy and innovation in what our French customers are doing in the cloud. I have been working on building AWS services now for 13 years. And the amazing things that our customers are doing all over the world, même si en France, is so inspiring to all of us working on AWS. Since the launch in 2006 of AWS, we've gone from foundational services like EC2 and S3 to now, in 2023, offering over 200 services in database, storage, machine learning, and other areas, serving millions of active customers every month. At AWS, our relentless focus on continuous innovation means that the cloud is perpetually evolving. In 2022 alone, in AWS, we launched over 3,332 new services and features. That means the platform that you are using just gets faster, better, and more cost-effective as you use it, so you can focus on your innovation for your customers. Now, it would take far too long of time to talk about the hundreds of new capabilities that we've launched in AWS just in the last 30 days. But let me highlight just a few. Just yesterday, we increased the performance for EBS storage for 6CA and M6A EC2 instances by 50 to 60%. That's the sixth generation of EC2 instances using AMD processors. And all you have to do to take advantage of 50 to 60% improvement in IOPS and bandwidth is stop and start your existing instances, or just start new instances of C6A and M6A EC2 instances, and you just get that performance. A few weeks ago, we launched a preview for Mount Point for Amazon S3, which is an open source Fuse connector built by Amazon S3 that provides a file mapping for Amazon S3. And it's purpose-built for machine learning and other read-intensive workloads, and it gives you the best performance from S3 built in. And just 2 weeks ago, we launched AWS Clean Rooms, a new service, a fully managed analytics service that helps customers collaborate with their partners without sharing or copying each other's data. That's just a few of the innovations just within the last 30 days for AWS. There's no other provider that has the velocity of innovation that AWS gives you. Bon. Everyone talks about innovation when things are great and people have money for research and development. But as leaders of change, it's on us to continue that same philosophy during changing economic times. Our challenge as business leaders is to create and nurture our biggest new ideas and transformational experiences through economic change. Data and decision-making stops for no one. And we know that the pace of innovation matters for you and your businesses. The businesses that sustain a rapid pace of innovation, no matter what the environment would be, are the ones that will transform your industries. And they will leave the businesses that do not far behind. At AWS, we know that speed matters in innovation, and we are here to support you in every stage of your journey. Now, we like to think that the genesis for every great idea happens with a spark, a random thought, a light bulb moment, or simply a stroke of genius. As history would dictate, it always seems to happen suddenly, with a flash of realization. Ancient mathematician Archimedes uncovered the physical law of buoyancy in his bathtub. Isaac Newton developed his theory of gravitation after observing an apple fall from a tree. And Perry Spencer discovered the earliest microwave oven when his candy bar melted in his pocket, standing next to a vacuum tube used in early radar systems. But is that really how these light bulb moments work? Are they as instantaneous as we would have been led to believe? Well, no. These aha moments are actually preceded by ingesting hundreds or even thousands of pieces of information that our minds assimilate over time. Let's revisit the microwave oven. Perry Spencer actually had more than 20 years of experience working with magnetrons leading up to that one moment in the MIT lab, and he was an expert in radio technology. It actually took Spencer more than 30 years to arrive at his microwave epiphany. He just had to connect the dots, just like we do with our data. Data is a genesis for modern invention. And to create new ideas with our data, we must build an end-to-end data strategy to let new ideas form and flourish. But the world of data, it's changing. Data is being created at an unprecedented rate. IDC forecasts that just in 2022, we created and replicated 101 zettabytes of data worldwide. 101 zettabytes. Now, there are 1 trillion gigabytes in a single zettabyte. And so we're talking about 101 trillion gigabytes of data created by the world in 1 year. AWS helps you put that data to work by lowering the cost of storage and then opening up how you use that data with analytics and machine learning. Now, to see how fast the world of data is changing, just look at how fast machine learning models are evolving. Just 3 years ago, deep learning models, the leading ones, held millions of parameters. And today, they have hundreds of billions of data parameters. To deal with this huge volume of data and to get meaning from it, organizations need a comprehensive data strategy. First, you need to have a set of services that meet your needs not just today, but in the future. Second, your solutions need to integrate your data from where they are so you can easily access that data no matter where it lives. And third, you need the right governance strategy so you can free your teams to move faster with your data. We believe that every customer should have access to a comprehensive, high-performing set of tools and services that accounts for the scale of data, the different types of data, and variety of use cases that you need to support as your business grows and changes over time. A one-size-fits-all approach just won't work. Amazon S3 is used by hundreds of thousands of data lakes, whether that means an exabyte of data used by Pinterest in their data lake, or hundreds of petabytes for FINRA, the regulatory body of the US stock exchanges, to identify fraud in stock market trades within 24 hours of the trade. For so many of our customers in every industry and government, data lakes for analytics and machine learning, they are a huge part of their business modernization. Every modern business is a data business. Put your data to work in your data lake, and you know that you're powering your decisions of today and tomorrow with data. When we think about how we help our customers, we think about both the breadth of services and the depth of capabilities in those services. So let's just take the database as one example. AWS offers the most complete set of purpose-built databases. In 2009, we started with Amazon RDS, which gives you a scalable, easy-to-manage relational database. And then we launched DynamoDB in 2012 to provide a highly scalable key value store, which powers incredibly high-traffic applications, including the Amazon.com website. Then, in 2014, we launched Amazon Aurora, which now has over 100,000 customers. Because we know our customers want highly optimized databases, we now have 8 purpose-built databases that are tailored to very specific use cases. Now, that's breadth in our database portfolio. But we're also very focused on depth of capabilities within each of those databases. Let's take, for example, Amazon Aurora. In 2022 alone, last year, we released more than 30 new features just for Amazon Aurora. Now, that same approach of breadth and depth applies to analytics. We pioneered cloud analytics when we launched EMR way back in 2009, and we did the same thing when we launched Redshift for data warehouses and Kinesis for real-time streaming and processing for our customers. With each of these new services, we've been committed to helping you derive even more meaning from your data. And you can do that with serverless options for every one of our analytics services. And just like we do for databases, we relentlessly drive depth, new capabilities in each of our services. As just one example, Redshift added more than 40 new features last year in 2022. That same model of breadth and depth applies to AWS machine learning for builders of all levels of expertise, which takes away the undifferentiated heavy lifting so our customers, you, can move faster. For running machine learning at scale and in production, our Amazon EC2 Inf1 instances, which are powered by our custom AWS Inferentia chips, deliver up to 70% less cost per inference than comparable current generation GPU-based Amazon EC2 instances. Our TRN1, which is again based on our custom AWS Trainium chips, offer the most effective ML training in the cloud. For our expert ML practitioners, we have optimized versions of the most popular deep learning frameworks, including PyTorch, TensorFlow, and Hugging Face, that give you the best performance in the cloud. We also have services, innovative services like Amazon SageMaker, that make it easier for any developer to create and use machine learning models. And of course, at the top layer, we have AI services with built-in machine learning, like Amazon Transcribed and Amazon Textract. So you can add AI capabilities to your applications, and you don't have to have any machine learning skills yourself. So let's talk about the second element in an end-to-end data strategy. You need to integrate your data sources so you can quickly access and act on it no matter where the data resides. When you connect the dots between your data sources across departments, services, on-premises databases, and third-party applications, you see the complete picture for your business. Combining data from different sources and different types of tools brings up a phrase that strikes dread in the hearts of even the sturdiest of data engineering teams. That's right, I'm talking about ETL, extract, transform, and load. These ETL processes, they can take hours, if not days, to build and maintain. That's too slow to keep up with the speed of decision-making today, and it's too inefficient to meet today's need to optimize cost. We work hard to connect the dots between AWS services. Our goal is to integrate our data services so our customers can do analytics and machine learning without having to manage the complexities of ETL. So, as an example, we integrate different data sources and destinations within our AWS streaming services so you can analyze the data as soon as it's produced. We've integrated SageMaker, Amazon SageMaker, within our data warehouse and databases so you can leverage your data for machine learning without having to build a data pipeline or having machine learning expertise. And with federated querying on Redshift and Athena, customers can run predictive analytics across data stored in operational databases, data warehouses, and data lakes, all without having to move the data around. This integration with AWS services eliminates the need to move your data between our AWS services. But we're also making it easier to connect data with other data sources, whether that lives in AWS or external third-party applications like Snowflake or Databricks. But we think we can do more. What if we could eliminate ETL entirely? That is our vision, what we are calling a zero-ETL future. So you can quickly and easily connect to and act on all that data without the time and the effort involved to transform it. At reInvent in December 2022, we announced that Amazon Aurora will support a zero-ETL integration with Amazon Redshift to bring transactional data in Aurora and the analytical capabilities of Redshift together. With this update, as well as the Redshift integration with Apache Spark, we're making it easier to analyze all your data, no matter where it resides. Now let's take a look at the third and final element of a successful end-to-end data strategy: governance. Now, governance has long been used as a defensive measure, which often meant you just locked down the data. But in reality, the right governance strategy helps you move and innovate faster with well-defined guardrails that give the right people access to your data when and where they need it. As the volume and amount of data expands, our customers need an end-to-end strategy to govern their data across the entire data journey. But creating the right governance controls can be complex and time-consuming. And that's why we're investing so heavily to change how data governance works in the cloud. That means that today, AWS has the most complete set of data governance capabilities. For machine learning, we recently announced new features in Amazon SageMaker to address common machine learning governance challenges, from onboarding users to centralizing, documenting model information, and monitoring model performance for multiple users in one location. And for end-to-end governance that manages data access across all your services, which is the future state of what we're building, we recently launched the preview of Amazon Data Zone. Amazon Data Zone is a data management service, a new one, that helps multiple data teams across your organization catalog, discover, analyze, share, and govern data. Data Zone, which is in preview today, supports the entire data discovery, access, and usage lifecycle with complete visibility and control over how that data is stored, who is doing it, and who authorized that. Now, Data Zone, as I said, is in preview for our customers to try. But we think that with this new unified environment and the rich visual interface, data teams will have the freedom to innovate even faster with your data. So in your end-to-end data strategy, that means you can store and query data for your databases, data lakes, and data warehouses. You can act on your data with analytics, business intelligence, and machine learning tools, and catalog and govern that data with services that help you centralize access controls, like lake formation and Amazon Data Zone. AWS is committed to building services to meet you where you are, from where you store your data to the tools and programming languages that you use to get the job done. Now, I'd like to invite one of our customers to talk about how AWS is helping them accelerate their digital and cloud journey and leverage their data.